Okay, welcome back to Pile of Mopars. We've got the Super Bee loaded up, as you can see, and we are about to head over to my buddy's place and drop the Super Bee off, pick up a Charger. It's about an 8-hour drive, about 400 miles, so we'll get busy. Oh, and there's Shauna packing more stuff. Well, let's hit the road. Okay, we made it back. It's a week later. It's been sitting in the trailer for a week because, you know, work and all that stuff. But we're going to have the big reveal here in a minute. So trying to figure out, it's got no steering. The steering column's not hooked up. So we're trying to figure out how to do it. It's got to go down a bit of an incline here into the shop. And we don't want that to get away on us. So we'll probably roll it out here on the level. Then tie a chain to the back of it with the Bobcat. And kind of ease it down the hill, and then Shauna will be steering manually off the tires, so I think that'll work. Let's get at it. Okay, so go in the back. We'll just try and ease it down and not run me over.
Your life insurance up?
I'm sure you know it.
It's unhooked back here?
Yeah, everything's ready to go.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, so we're just going to ease it forward.
All right.
And it's basically, gravity is going to bring it down. We're just going to try and slow it down. Keep it slow.
So the best place to grab this is the lip?
Just in the center of the trunk lip there, yeah.
Okay.
And you're going to be, so we're, trailer is slightly uphill, and then the ground is pretty level, so we're going to start going here pretty quick.
I think I'm holding it back.
Okay, we're coming down. It's all going real easy.
Yeah, well, I'm dragging my feet. If I let it go, you're going to get smunched.
No, this is going
Oh,
good.
Shit. Okay.
Okay.
This floor is super slippery.
Okay.
Oh, yay.
That went actually a lot easier than I thought. I thought there'd be more momentum.
Oh, no.
Well, I'll do a bit of close-up here on it, maybe. So this is what all the fuss is about. This car here, like I said in the past, I've had for 20 years. I bought it in 2004. It was bought initially out of southern Washington state. Car flipper dealer bought it, and then 2 weeks later sold it to me. It was on charger.com advertised, and that's where I seen it. I had to go down to Salem, Oregon to pick it up. And so we've had lots of metalwork and stuff done to it at my buddy's shop. And this is what we're left with. So it's going to stay this way as a ratty driver initially. Might put a nice paint job on it at some point, but Problem is right now, you know, a nice paint job on this is going to be another 20 grand plus. And then of course all the little bits and trim and stuff aren't going to look good next to fresh paint. So now you got to, you know, buy all that kind of stuff. So in the end, you're looking at another 30 grand to have a mint car. But the biggest problem, well, that's a big problem, but a big problem also is I don't have proper storage for a car like this. I mean, I got a spot in the shop to put it, but of course it's a working shop. You know, I'm cutting and grinding, welding, doing all that kind of stuff. So that caliber of car sitting there, you know, if I had a separate shop just for done cars and stuff, that would be awesome, but I don't. So the stress of having a mint car and driving it anywhere and parking it and all that, I think would be too much for me. I'm more of a driver guy, so this is how it's going to stay for the time being. But all the jams, and I'll show you, under the hood and all the trunk, and even underneath, it's all painted and detailed. So when it does come time to paint, it's just going to be it doesn't even have to come apart. It'll just be the outer surface. So right now, we'll leave it at this. I'm going to put it together like this with a new interior and have some fun with it and go from there. So now we're going to roll this forward. I'm going to hook a chain to it on the Bobcat and lower it down the hill, because the other part of the driveway right there is a lot steeper. So I'll give you a little shot inside where we're out in a nice light. So, like I said here, everything's been painted. The inside of the door, you know, the proper color. It's a tan interior. And I'll go over the fender tag and all the options later once I get it in the shop. And we'll get up in the lift and show you underneath. It's quite spectacular, really. My buddy did a fantastic job. So, the sun's getting in here. Yeah, so this is the inside. Looking really nice. And as you can see, factory 4-speed with console. And then we'll look under the hood here. And I do have an alternate hood as well. I've got a fiberglass hood with a scoop that I might interchange just as a day 2 type thing, just because I like that. Anyway, look at the color here in the sun. This is T5 copper metallic. And when it's fresh, it's just beautiful. So this is here. And I'll walk around and show you the trunk. And these ugly wheels will be leaving here soon, because I can barely stand to look at the car with these on it. But to be fair, these wheels have been on this car as a roller for 20 years. And they've never gone flat. They've just done their job. So we'll give it that. But they're so ugly. I'm going to switch some other wheels onto it just to make it look better. And Shauna's cleared out the trunk. And we'll have a look at the trunk. You can see in here. Fully detailed. So I'll have to get a mat and different things. And I'll detail and restore a lot of the components that I put back on. But yeah, my buddy Ken, who did all this, is a very he's got a strict attention to detail. So he like Mopar detail, not just a body and paint guy, but he's a Mopar body and paint guy. So he's very picky on a lot of stuff. We'll get a new trunk decal in there as well. We'll order a lot of the stuff up and get this going. But okay, we will hook up the Bobcat and roll her down. Block. Don't scratch the paint. You gotta push from this side.
Back here?
Yeah, because I'll be holding it back with the bobcat, so just start pushing it. So we hooked the axle strap onto it so we can keep the strap nice and low rather than hooking onto that shackle at the back, because I didn't want a chain or anything coming up and hitting that valance, you know. Yeah, so the steering box is not hooked up, so I manually steer it down, but this should work out just slick. Can you get it, or is it too hard?
No, I'm straight.
I'll let Shauna do this part, and I go down there, but she doesn't know how to run the bobcat. I had to move the camera to give you guys the best view of this carnage.
It's leaning. Turn it some more. Turn it.
Pretty much down the steep part. Now it levels out pretty good, so we'll park it right in front of the shop door. Yeah, we'll just park it right in front. Yeah. Pretty much home free now.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to do it. Yeah. That's good. We'll have to push it in now. Just gotta. Well, this is going to be a little point and shoot, eh? Got to line her up, but at the same time, we got to have a little bit of momentum. Do you have the wedge on there or no?
No wedge.
Okay.
It's wedgeless.
Let's try it. Okay, hang on. How's it look on your side?
You're kind of going in the right direction anyways. Okay, I gotta straighten out the wheel here. Sec?
It's rolling on its own there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I see. We're pretty good here. I can help you here. Well, look at you. Does that look pretty good there? I guess probably easier to see from back here. Looks pretty good to me. Oh yeah. Unless it changes when we hit the ledge of the cement floor, but let's give it a shot.
Okay.
Here, hang on. I'm gonna close this. Let me just push on that because that's not painted.
Okay, hang on. You're cockeyed here. You're over a bit far.
Is it too far? Here, let me come a little bit and just keep an eye on that.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yep. Probably should maybe.
Okay, I'm gonna need your help here. To pull it up, push it up the ramp, and then once we get up top, we'll straighten the wheels again.
Okay, hang on. Let's get ready with a wedge because it's going to have to be straightened.
Okay.
How are you on that side?
Good. That's kind of hard, eh?
Yeah. Probably doesn't need much.
I think you got to still come over my way a bit.
You think so?
Yeah, have a look. You don't think so?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Okay, well, we just got to push hard now.
Oh boy.
Okay, we're up now.
Okay.
Straight here. Straighten it out.
Okay.
Is that going to be coming my way a bit? Still. Okay, let's try that. Can you imagine if this thing had the engine and tranny in it? Did it shut off?
No,
Oh. You just readjusting?
I was just making sure it was good. We wouldn't be pushing it.
Okay, we're gonna have to get a run at it. It's a cement. And now I think we're good here. We'll have to get a run at those ramps, so.
Does it
Ready?
need to straighten?
Ah,
Because you're still going to your side.
no, mine's showing it's going to your side, but we're pretty
Oh,
fairly even. Okay.
all right.
Ready?
Yeah.
There we go. There we go. Come further.
Hang on, hang on, hang on. Oh, it's okay. That ratchet was dragging.
I think we're right at the rocks now. So just put the block on the backside. And we're good because the other ones are on the front of the wheel.
Okay. Let's take the ratchet off.
Well, thanks, dear. Well, I can lift it up and do that. Still have the ratchet strap on the rear axle is kind of dragging there. Oh, you got it?
The other cord's still on there.
So I'll get this up and film underneath and show a bit about the car, and then we got to roll it out and get. I'll move it to where you're standing. Move the hoist again.
Still. Might be too close. Too close?
Yeah, it's a little close.
Here, I can hold it while it's going up if you want.
Oh, that's fine there. I'm going to see if these are left-hand lugs or not. I don't know if they've been changed out or whatever.
So are you going to spray this black under here or what? Oh.
Hang on. What'd you say?
Are you spraying this under here?
No, that's the way they're made. That's all primered.
Oh, is it?
So it's sealed up.
Oh, okay.
But that's how the factory did it, so that's what Ken did it that way.
Okay.
I think this might be high enough. Man, can you imagine if it rolled off the back? I would probably
Miss
die.
your wife horribly?
I would what?
Miss your wife horribly?
Oh, I didn't mean if it was going to run you over. I just meant the car. But squishing you would be bad too.
Yeah.
Okay, give you the view underneath. Now, this cross member is not the original one. So that'll be changed out for a HEMI version. And of course all the brakes and everything have to be restored, but it is a disc brake car, power disc brake. And also the differential, it's just a roller differential. I think it's like an 8 1/4 or something, but I do have the Dana 60 for it. So here, this is underneath. So when these cars were produced, you can see the gray area in the middle. That's the factory primer. And then they were oversprayed as the rockers got painted. Definitely not like you see, fully painted restorations today, which is, there's two ways to do it, right? This would be considered correct OEM. The other way would be, over restored. But here we go. I'll show you a couple of the HEMI specific items. Of course, you got a 3/8 fuel line and a return line running down, but 440 cars had that as well. But this is interesting right here. This is a box section for the front leaf spring mounting. There you can see the bolts. This here ties the frame in with the rocker, which is, essentially the frame as well. Only HEMI cars had that, and convertibles to stiffen things up. Those are original on this car. They were never switched out or anything. They were a little beat up, so Ken had to kind of straighten them out, but they're the original ones on the car. And another thing right above, so you can see the factory pinion snubber. And if you look right above, you can see this welded in plate here. That's factory for a HEMI car as well. So normally that would come, without that plate and just, hit the pinion snubber would hit the floor. But that is the factory welded in piece that came on this car when it was new. And you can see that's how they did them. And then, another thing here is neat. If you look at how big the rebound bumper is up here, and it's got such a wide radius curve on it. It's quite a beefy piece. Dana 60 cars had that, well, especially in 69 anyway. The other cars had a smaller one, and this came more to a point, kind of like a V-shape sort of thing. So that's a not a HEMI specific, but definitely Dana 60. These are the original leaf springs. I'm gonna have to restore those, and not sure if they're gonna need recurving or not. There's another HEMI specific thing I want to show you. And it's kind of hard to see. I think I'll come out for that one. Right here. This plate here, it's kind of triangular shaped. Maybe I'll come around this side. You can see it. Yeah, you can see where it's welded in right there. That sort of piece right there. That's factory for HEMI cars only as well. And that just, again, stiffens the frame and the unibody. Only HEMI cars had that. I'll show you the VIN here. Of course, that's the original tag for this car. X being Charger, S being Special, which denotes RT. 29 is two-door sports hardtop. J is 426 HEMI. 9 is, of course, model year 69. And G is the assembly plant. I can't remember what G was, but anyway. My buddy refinished the dash. It had lots of surface rust and fading and all that kind of stuff. And there was some heavy pitting here and a few little rust holes right along here. So we were very careful. We did not want to remove the tag or anything, so he masked it up really well. And he was just very careful working along here to clean this up because we didn't want to disturb that. Of course, that's original to the car here. And I will show you the fender tag. And this is the original fender tag to the car. We didn't paint it, we just left it bare. Now, I don't remember all the codes, I always seem to forget, but we got E74, 426 HEMI. We got D21 is the 4-speed, and of course XS29J9G. T5 is the copper paint. C6T is bucket seats, tan, and there's T3 tan interior. May 17 of 69 when it was built, and there's the scheduled production number. A01 is the light package. A34 is the super track pack, which is the 410 Dana 60. B51 I believe is brakes. It's power disc brakes. C16 is console, center console. C55 I believe is buckets. And then G, I think the G is the two mirrors. G31 is a remote driver's mirror. G33 is passenger mirror, I believe. J25, I think that might, no, I'm not sure what that is. I can't remember what that is. And I don't remember what the L is either. I could look them up, but anyway, you guys can do that if you're interested. M, 21, 25, and 23 is wheel lip moldings, rocker panel moldings, and then upper door moldings. We got N85. I believe that is tachometer. R22 is the 8-track, AM 8-track stereo. V1X is the black vinyl top. V8X is the black bumblebee stripe. And then, of course, 26 is the 26-inch rad. And then the end of the tag. So, fairly full tag. Yeah. Anyway, another look in here with some better lighting. Yeah, so, you know, lots of work and lots of money to be spent yet, ordering parts and picking away at it. So that's what I'm going to have to do. I think probably the first thing I'm going to order is, and that's going to be right away, is going to be the upholstery, because Legendary has been behind on their production, so it's like a 9-month waiting list to get it. So that's going to be a bit of an issue, but you know, whichever. I got lots to do. I've got a grill, I've got to restore and mount, I've got another nice bumper to put on the front, then of course order the cross member mounts and everything. So that'll have to be done. And here's the, I guess this, I call this the good side, because I mean the doors and the fender are the same color, but you know, definitely not great. That's the original HEMI emblem. It's never an original door. It's never been off, well, I shouldn't say it's never been off the car, but it is original to the car. Yeah, it's original wheel well moldings, chrome and everything. Original glass, I believe. You see all here has been, you know, all painted correctly. A lot of cars you'll notice in shows and stuff, people paint this body color, but it's actually supposed to be the interior color, whether it's white, black, or other colors. Little shot of the dash. Hard with that lighting. Yeah. I'm really excited to get this back. And he put in a new headliner. And of course, knowing my buddy, it's done to perfection. It's a piece of trim back there. There's some clips that lower window trim, some clips that have to go on there, and then that can be installed. But lots of components to buy for the car. But anyway, a very special car that I've waited for this moment for a long time to get it here. And yeah. And of course, closed like new. Again, that's a testament to my buddy's attention to detail. Original trunk lid, never replaced that. It did have full quarters put on it. Between rusty and being beat, these are both full factory quarters. And I'll open the trunk again and show you another detail in there. Okay, some more trunk details. This was a full new trunk pan. My friend duplicated the primer that's in the grooves there that you would normally find from the factory when they dipped it through the primer. And then you can see here how he redid all the undercoat sound deadening inside here and masked it off as factory. And then also you can see here through the light, that's the this black here, that's the stripe edges in the hole that have been folded over just like they would have done in the factory. So again, very detail oriented, as well as here. You can see how there's primer here, and then you got the black, and then you got the copper, and he was very you know, getting that detail just right, because that's how it was done from the factory. It was masked, and then, you know, the primer, and then the black and the copper. So pretty neat details. I'll give you a shot here. Oh, another thing too that's kind of neat. If you notice this bracket here, you'll notice right, where are we here? Where's my hand? Oh, there we go. You see right there, and you can see that little tail right there. That is MIG wire from the factory assembly. That's how sloppy they were, and he left that in there just to keep that detail. It's just kind of interesting. More just, you know, nerdy Mopar stuff. And there's more of the sound deadener on the driver's quarter, done just as factory. So now it's going to be up to me to do the rest of it justice. Hopefully I'm up to the task. Here's the bullet that's going to go in the Charger. As I mentioned earlier, this is a 67 Hemi out of a GTX originally. I bought this, it's got to be 20 years ago now. Again, I used this in the red 68. It used to be black, and I had it running for about 10 years on that. The engine is still standard bore. It was about 25,000 original miles. It came out of the GTX. I think it was because the owner's wife wanted something a little more streetable, so they pulled it out, and it sat under a bench under his you know, in his shop. And when I picked it up, it was still standard bore, mint condition, basically inside and out. So I ran it for, yeah, you know, almost 10 years. I've got the stock wrinkle valve covers for it. So yeah, but I like the chrome one, sort of a day two look. So I've got the carburetors, I've got the air cleaner. And if you look here, you can see, I'll show you the trunk of the Belvedere. There's the air cleaner. There's some carburetors. I'm not sure if they're those carburetors or not. Anyway, that's what's going to go in here. The Dana is in my out back in a storage thing, and same with the transmission. but I do have the correct HEMI bell housing. In fact, I'll show you that and show you the differences. So there's a factory, I believe the same 68, 69 HEMI only bell housing. And you know, at first glance, you know, they look just the same, but I'll show you the difference here when you flip it over. Because the 4-speed cars in 68, 69, well, even 67 and 66 had a direct drive starter and a special 172 tooth flywheel, much bigger. Anyway, this has this cast ring, and that is to position the direct drive starter onto the flywheel. So the starter, this bell housing, and of course the big flywheel are all HEMI specific for these few years. Anyway, so trying to decide if I'm going to go that route or more of a headers type thing. I do have stock exhaust manifolds as well, so I'm kind of thinking maybe on this car I'll put all these components on the car, which will make it correct, even though it's not going to be 100% correct because the carburetors are 67 carbs and same with the engine. But you know, I'll do what I can with what I got. I'm not going to go too crazy as far as, you know, numbers and all that kind of stuff, because that can get really expensive really fast. And of course this Endeavor has been really expensive already. Luckily it's spaced out over 20 years, so easier to finance that way. Well, now we got to roll this back out, put the casters back on the lift, move it over, because this Charger is going to be over here where the green one was, the 70. And the 70 is going to go into the enclosed trailer over the winter. Just not enough space. So as you can see, as you've seen in the past, my shop's full, and of course it's a working shop. So that car there, the red 68, it's been painted for about, oh god, it's probably 14 years anyway, and it's got a few scratches just from sitting in here. And you know, if I go and put an expensive paint job on this, you know, it's going to suffer the same fate, because there's just no room in a working shop to have a car mint. So like I said, for now it'll just stay the way it is, and when it comes time to paint it, it'll just be the outside shell only, because everything else is already done. So that's that. Yeah, and I think the first thing I mentioned earlier, I'm going to get those wheels off and get something big that's nicer to look at. But that'll do it for this episode of Pile of Mopars. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe if any of this interests you. There will be more coming up on this car as we proceed, but there's also lots of other projects. So we'll jump around to various projects from time to time. I think in the next video it's going to be getting the GTX running. I think I want to get that running and mobile. I bought all the brake stuff for it. So that way over the winter we can drive it in, drive it out, do work on it. And I also want to get the Whale, the 64 Town & Country, moving as well. I've got the engine for that under that plastic there, and I got the tranny on the floor all resealed and stuff. So I do want to get that in there, and I've got to tackle the floors in that as well. So always lots to do here at Pile of Mopars. So thanks for watching.